match between Montblanc and Ferrari is insane.
Where this idea comes from?
Hey good fellas, I'm Naldi and today I'm going to present you the incredible Montblanc limited edition in collaboration with Ferrari, the Montblanc Stilema SP3. Let's go! We're heading over to styleofzug, where we're gonna meet up with Mark Lehman. He's a very good friend, he's a pen collector and the owner of the Lux Circle. The Lux Circle is a platform for luxury car enthusiasts where he offers a very unique and tailored customer service and a wonderful experience. So that's a value that we both share, and he's also gonna give us some insights about the car, the Daytona SP3, that inspired the wonderful design of the Montblanc Stilema SP3. And it was raining and therefore we couldn't organize the actual Daytona SP3, but he was so kind to provide this incredible Ferrari Portofino M. Not a Portofino, a Portofino M. How cool is that?
You see, good fellas, this incredible edition here was designed by Montblanc's design department, led by Alessandra Elia, when Alessandra Elia was still at Montblanc, hand in hand with Ferrari's design department, which is guided by the legendary Flavio Manzoni. And together, they've brought the spirit of the Ferrari Daytona SP3 to life in the form of a writing instrument. So let's unbox it. Here it is. And before we officially unseal the pen to discover it, I would love to give you even more context around the inspiration of the writing instrument itself. Because it's not just about the pen and the beauty and the materials, but where this idea comes from. And one of the most intriguing things is the fact that Flavio Manzoni actually enjoyed creating this writing instrument. He actually stated in an article that I have read that it was a fascinating design challenge to translate the proportions and fluidity of the Daytona SP3, ideally contoured for dynamic performance and incredible speeds, to a writing instrument without sacrificing the quality of the writing experience. Our focus was not only on the fluidity of the form, but also of function, emphasizing the exceptional sensation of holding a high caliber instrument. Not only the ink is fluid, but the Stilema SP3 supports the rapid movement of the hand as it writes, allowing thoughts to flow unimpeded. And what might be interesting to know is the fact that the Ferrari Daytona SP3 is part of Ferrari's Icona series. But you know what? We have an expert here, so let's listen what Mark Lehman of the Lux Circle has to tell us about this incredible car that inspired the pen.
The Ferrari SP3 Daytona is a very historical car for Ferrari and for many clients, because the car remembers the celebration of Ferrari in 1967, where they won the first, second and third place in the racing in Daytona. That's why they called the car also Daytona, because it was a big celebration for Ferrari. The car was built on a chassis of the LaFerrari, and they have the modernity of the engine of the 812 Competizione, which is an incredible mix, and the car is impressive, technically and also of the design. It's beautiful. The SP3 Daytona was not sold many times in red because the clients are very exclusive. You need a big history in Ferrari to get a car like that. I mean, there are 599 pieces in all over the world, like the Montblanc Stilema, for example. They use the same numbers, which I personally love because I have a client, he has one pen and also the SP3 Daytona, and he's a pen collector and he's a Ferrari lover, and this is what I personally love because I'm also a Montblanc collector and I love to put the things together. But back to the SP3, the car is impressive because it has a V12, it's a pure V12, not any hybrid engine, 840 horsepower, over 340 kilometers per hour. Yeah, this is crazy. But also the price tag is crazy with 2.3 million starting price, and right now we are selling the cars on the aftermarket for over 4.5 million, and this is crazy, yeah.
And it's this connection to the Daytona SP3 that gives the Stilema its soul. From the titanium body, which mimics the car's sculptural lines, to the bold red resin blade, reminiscent of Ferrari's signature red, and the dynamic design cues, every detail of it celebrates this iconic vehicle. Just as the Daytona SP3 captures the essence of Ferrari's racing legacy, this pen here embodies bold innovation when it comes to writing instruments.
And good fellas, if you want to win this incredible Ferrari Portofino M, then why don't you subscribe to the channel? No, I'm joking, it's not Mr. Beast's channel yet, but consider being part of our amazing community. It will be a huge honor and you help us to keep on going with amazing content each single week.
The titanium body is a marvel of engineering. Its aerodynamic form really echoes Ferrari's dedication to performance and precision, and this lightweight material is not only functional, but also mirrors the elegance of Italian coach building. And then adding to its dynamic profile, we have this semi-transparent red resin blade, and it's a really striking design element that is very uncommon and does more than just catching the eye. Because when you slide this element where also the red blade is, it reveals a very wonderful, special, bespoke filling mechanism. And this part here is crafted from 18 karat solid gold. Just look at the wonderful craftsmanship. Because Montblanc, for this specific and very special edition, really wanted to create a special filling mechanism.
And you can fill the fountain pen up by gently screwing the inner Montblanc shaped element up until the fountain pen is full, and then close it by pulling down this whole element.
And tack, you have the seamless silhouette back in place. But I'd be wondering, before we keep on going with some more information about this piece, what Mark thinks about the design elements of the pen connected to design elements and the spirit of the Daytona SP3.
So my personal opinion is that the match between Montblanc and Ferrari is insane. They took so many things of the car, which remembers me when I look on the pen. When you see the front, it's like the cap of the pen, and when you see the back of the pen, it's called like the lamels. In the back of the car, you see it exactly on the pen, the same. Of course, you see the horse of Ferrari, you have the colors, red, gray, which remembers the car because of the titanium.
You see, good fellas, the nib might resemble a bit to the nib of a Star Walker, but there's several elements that are very, very special. On one end, it's the very special cuts that you have on the side of the nib. On the other end, it's also this very wonderful matte finishing. And the nib itself is not a 14 karat gold nib, but it's an 18 karat gold nib, which means this specific nib, of course, with the specific cuts on the side, has a specially been produced for this wonderful writing instrument. And yes, the nib also has an SP3 embossing on it, which closes down the wonderful element, but also very clean element that is the nib on this specific writing instrument. It goes also without saying that the grip section is absolutely marvelous, and also the way how the pen closes is unique and gives a very specific feeling, just like closing down the car of a Ferrari. The cap then very gently showcases Ferrari's iconic prancing horse emblem, and we have to say that every element, from the materials that have been chosen to the engravings, reflect the shared values of Montblanc and Ferrari. Its precision, its innovation, and it's also absolutely attention to detail. The Montblanc Ferrari Stilema SP3 is definitely a triumph of collaborative design, combining Montblanc's renowned craftsmanship with Ferrari's visionary aesthetics. Every stroke of this pen feels purposeful, precise, balanced, making it a piece that's enjoyable to use and also just wonderful to admire. To recap it, the Montblanc Ferrari Stilema SP3 limited edition 599 offers a titanium body with a red resin blade inspired by Ferrari's Daytona SP3, a concealed white gold filling mechanism that embodies precision and innovation, iconic design details including the engraved SP3 nib and Ferrari's prancing horse emblem, and also the know-how of two design gurus as Flavio Manzoni and Alessandro Elia. And it's kind of obvious that this fountain pen is a collector's piece. It's limited to only 599 units worldwide and will be definitely loved by both Ferrari and Montblanc collectors. It's priced at 29,150 Swiss francs and it's now available at Style of Zug. If you're interested, send us an email or check out the link in the description. You won't regret it. Good fellas, did you enjoy discovering this very special piece of Montblanc? Let me know down in the comments. Every time that you comment, that you give your opinion, you're adding so much up to this wonderful community that loves fine writing instruments. And while I say goodbye to Mark Lehman and thank him for joining us on the show and sharing his knowledge with us, I thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for much more content that is coming up in the next days, weeks, and months, and also years. And don't forget that together we are changing the game.